What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Famous Chili Podcast with Ari Nair, Rishi Mehta, Nish Patel, and Prem Jani. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Famous Chili Podcast with yours truly, Famous Chili team. And guess what, guys? We're back in this new homemade studio, guys.
Clap it up.
And if you guys noticed, we have a special guest here, Arjan. Introduce yourself for us, please.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? Yeah, I've known these guys for a minute, just like school's out, ready to like talk about music and all that. I'm excited to be here for sure.
Okay, first say your name, where you're from,
how
you know us. Come on,
man. My name is Arjan. I'm here from Monroe. I've known them all from high school, some of them a bit longer, but we've just been friends throughout high school and even for a little bit throughout middle school. I've known Ari for a while, being family friends. And our friendship has just like continued on throughout college, and I'm excited to be here back with the boys after.
You mentioned one thing. You said that we were friends throughout high school.
Yeah.
Kind of walk us through, because I don't think we were friends throughout high school. I don't know about throughout.
Maybe
so
some
like,
parts,
how did that happen?
There were some bumps in the road, you know what I'm saying? Like,
take us through those bumps, bro.
Yeah, so ninth grade was an interesting year for your boy. You know, back when the hair was long, I had the turban on me still, rocking that on. And like, shit, you know what I'm saying? Damn, the peak's going mad high. But
yeah, move it away a little bit.
The point that I'm saying is, I may have not been the most kind or likable individual back at that time. You know, I was a bit annoying. You know, a bit like too. I don't even know how to put it.
Obnoxious.
That'd be the very obnoxious. You want to talk though? I mean, you want to talk.
V2. We're not doing a version.
Famous Chili settles beef on podcast.
Freshman year though,
freshman year was rough, bro.
I was new to the school, and if there's one kid I hated in all of my classes, it was this motherfucker right here. Like, I don't care who it was. Like, I was not trying to beef with anyone when I came to school. And
begs to differ.
And he and this other kid, both of them, just managed to get on my last damn nerve. And then
I had it up to here, man.
And then tennis season happened, and that was a whole nother story. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Yeah. But yeah, what kind of changed for you? Because obviously, like, freshman year, you were fucking an idiot. You were an idiot, right? And then COVID happened, right? Yeah. And then you came out on the other side, a way better, more mature, a lot like more likable individual, like you said. So what kind of changed during COVID? Because you kind of had no friends. So what happened?
No. So unnecessary.
I'm not famous Rajma.
Come on, bro.
I'm not on famous Rajma.
On an entirely serious note, I guess COVID was a chance for me to kind of like reflect on how my past year had gone and like kind of improve upon that, because obviously
no, serious.
Yeah,
he's being real.
We were online, right? And that gave me the chance like to not like mess any like further relationships up. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
So like if there's no chance to mess it up, there's also no chance to improve like in that sense.
Yeah.
But I could look back and be like, all right, I guess I see where I may have gone wrong with this. You know, texting Sai a 2-paragraph thing about how I didn't get invited to his birthday party. It was not a good look. So I guess I just took that chance to like redeem myself in that way, and then I came out on the other side a better person, and now I have more friends than he does. So
if we do
this,
I
don't know about that.
I don't know
We'll
about
see.
that.
If
we
we
do count LinkedIn friends, man.
He got 600 plus connections, bro. That shit shows up as 6, not even 5.
Not even 5? They had to make a new category
just for him.
That's
LinkedIn Premium.
If
Not
you
even
think about
premium.
it though,
It's LinkedIn Premium.
Our friend group chat only exists because of that.
That's
very true.
Interesting story behind that. It's called Dose Post. If like anyone watching does not know,
The original.
The reason that this whole
both of you weren't in that.
I was not in the original.
The reason that this whole group had gotten together in the first place was that I invited him to a birthday party, and these motherfuckers made a group chat.
Yeah, this was kind of fucked up.
With me not in it. Shit was crazy, and I didn't even know about it till like the year following.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I guess
we hated him that much that we made a whole group chat out of it. And he kept texting in the other one, thinking we were all friends.
And no one responded. I was like, damn, shit dead.
Yeah.
Turns out it was live. Just that was me.
No, but now you're in it. Now it's cumulative. Now you're in it. Rishi's in it.
Yeah.
We've changed it up a bit.
It's an interesting group. Like, tell us about like how much the group has changed. You know, because I feel like after like I feel like adding us to the group just made the group like infinitely better. You know what I'm saying?
Better.
Like it makes sense that ever since we joined the group, like group activities have gone up.
Wow.
We've done more things.
Do you have metrics on that?
Yeah, I'm
pulling the stats up.
That probably is true. That probably is true.
I'm actually scraping the data on Yahoo Finance right now. So actually,
you can get it for
cumulative excitement went up 53% ever since me and Arjan.
Wow. Cumulative excitement only existed with you and Arjun in it.
I feel like you and Nish came around the same time because Nish wasn't in.
No, Nish was way earlier. He was here before COVID.
Way before COVID.
I
inducted you. I inducted you in.
Yeah. He was added to cumulative when cumulative happened.
Yeah. So I was.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But speaking of like beef and drama, we kind of have to reflect a little bit on the tennis side of things, right? That was another reason I kind of hated Arjun, was because like he thought he was insanely good, right? Like freshman year, he's like, I'm like top 3 in the region, but apparently the region consisted of his neighborhood, right? So like he thought he was insane, right? And then a few spats with our teacher, we'll talk about that later. But that led to me and Arjun kind of getting introduced to the coach, right? And then we kind of had our moments, right, during the year. So kind of take us through what was kind of like your best and worst moments throughout like our 3, or not counting COVID, so 3 years that we played tennis together.
Worst moment by far is getting kicked off.
Yeah.
So essentially what would happen, we played a match against Tightstown, and me and my teammate were just not having a good go at it. And like towards the end, I kind of blamed him for us losing, and like that resulted in me getting kicked off varsity. Not a good look for me. Definitely just like not a good look for the entire team.
He actually, the reason he got kicked off, I'm sorry, I'm going to expose you real quick, is because he yelled at his teammate in front of the entire team, in front of all the coaches, in front of everybody. And the very next time, we didn't see him for the rest of the season. It was bad. Yeah. It was bad.
I'm not gonna lie though, I was low-key carrying though.
But what was like a learning curve, and then what was like the best moment or like a funny moment you had?
Learning curve, I mean, obviously like this comes back to the same thing with having friends. Like COVID was just like a big opportunity for me to reflect. Although like the season didn't happen, I was still able to train a lot, and I came back junior year a significantly better player because obviously that 10th grade season got canceled. Yeah. But then junior year I made huge improvements, and then even like there was a little bit of luck involved, with our third singles for that year, getting out with an elbow injury, and then me getting substituted into that place. So I really like that was like a big moment for me to pick up. And I had a great year from then, and then I went on the next year to be first singles when he was third. So
so tables did turn, and credit to him, he worked a lot.
How are the turntables?
What was some moments you liked from your senior year that you liked?
Senior year, when he hit Sarvi with the ball, man. In practice,
I can't believe that.
Pegs the ball straight at Sarbash in Boston's face.
On purpose?
Yes, it was 100% on purpose.
Not on purpose.
100% on purpose. So that was funny. Although maybe
it was funny. Whoa, so you do condone?
That was funny.
He does condone that behavior,
bro.
I mean, but I'm not here trying to like defend Starvesh. He dates a 14-year-old when he's 17.
No, now you see, man. Arjun always starting beef, man.
This is why he was not liked.
Always starting beef.
He brings his little sprinkles up out of nowhere. And
and then also making fun of Akshaj too. If anyone watching here knows Akshaj, then you know why we don't like him.
All right.
That's
not what I was thinking.
The beef goes crazy,
what I was expecting was like, okay, like senior day. Senior day was awesome. Like we had a lot of food. It was great. We were celebrating all that. But nah,
I'm not reflecting on any of the tennis part because the senior year was awful, bro. I played against Jack Wong, bro. You think I was gonna win?
Yo, we brought you on to Famous Chili, and now you're just pulling up beef from 3 years
calling
ago.
everyone on.
Putting the beef in the chili, man. Putting the beef in the chili.
Real question is,
exactly, man.
Eating that pot up.
And eating the pot up, man. Everyone gonna get to know each other in the pod.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That was an Office reference for those you don't know. Anyways, now turning to Arjun had all these tangents, but one thing that he kind of held true to himself for the last 4 years through his tumultuous ups and downs was rap, right? It was music. This guy was very passionate about music. Yeah, of course. So kind of Ari, it's kind of your thing, right? You and Arjun all the time fought back. Like me and you, our thing was Pokemon, and not really liking it for obvious reasons. But for you two, it was rap. So kind of take us through that part.
Man, we normally do the famous 5 at the end, but this time we gotta do it a little bit early, man. We gotta jumpstart this right here. You know about the famous 5, man?
I do not know.
Okay.
Introduce them.
It's a little tradition we have, man. We always end the show with a little section of famous 5. We each take turns creating a top 5 tier list, and we debate it at the end, and we give scores, and eventually we're gonna see who has the highest average throughout. All right, so we're gonna start off early.
There's a little twist.
We all give it at the end.
There's a little twist to it though, this time, right?
We'll see.
Okay.
All right. So, obviously, Arjun being here and meaning him both being hip hop enthusiasts, we had to start with the top 5 rappers of all time.
Woo!
We had to start with the top 5 of all time.
That is a fire famous 5.
Now, coming in number 5, I'm putting your boy Weezy. Lil Wayne. Weezy F Baby, man. I'm telling you. One of the most influential rappers of this generation. 100%. I feel like he's always overhated, or not even overhated, but disrespected. Exactly, underappreciated. For sure. He's always way lower than he should be. You know, he was on the Billboard 100 or whatever the fuck their like top 10 was. Which, by the way, if anyone saw that Billboard top 10,
trash.
But the thing is, it's not as bad as I expected it. But bro, Drake,
so bad.
Nicki Minaj in the top 10,
absurd.
Nicki Minaj in the top 10 is crazy.
Drake is worse.
Yeah, like legit. Like I think the rappers in there for the most part were all right, at least in the top 5. But the order will be a little bit shaky.
Basic picks too. Basic picks. They did everything to make sure they wouldn't upset the majority.
But come on, man. You know, Weezy comes in with the Carter. You know, he always crushes his features. One of the better lyricists of our time. So influential. Kicked off this new wave, and now we move on to number 4. I'm putting Hova. I'm putting Hova. Jay-Z, man. He's a rap legend, man.
I didn't even know that was his nickname.
Yeah, this is why you don't speak.
This is why I don't know anything about music, bro.
These two are going at it right now.
It's at the time when you like let them talk.
Yeah, my bad.
Interrupt
I gotta take Hova, man. I gotta take Hova.
Honestly,
the Blueprint. Sorry, go ahead.
There's no argument with this list right now. To be honest, I think we've had a solid 5, a solid 4.
That's the thing about music in general. It's all subjective, but like there's some just objective truths. And
Hova
and Weezy being top 5.
Do you agree with where they are in their top 5 so far?
I would say I kind of have Hov and Weezy on the same level at 5. We'll see. I have a top 5 in my head.
Okay, I can get behind.
Well, let's have Ari finish his list and then we'll critique it after.
I feel like I could see them being interchangeable. I think Hov has just had like such a long career. I mean, so does Lil Wayne, to be fair. And you know, he's just man. Jay-Z's album is just each of them. The whole Blueprint series is amazing. You know, the Black album, bro. I don't know, man. He's got to be top 5, at least top 4 in my mind. You know, and by the way, I'm just gonna say right here, the top 4 people here in my list, if you have one of those as your number 1, I'm not gonna like crucify you. You know, I think those are the only 4 acceptable rappers for a top 1. If it's outside of that, I'm coming at you.
Okay.
All right. Those are the only 4 who can be top 1.
I have a feeling I know one of them that's coming, and I'm not gonna like it.
And number 3, I'm putting Nas.
Okay.
I'm putting Nas.
There we go.
That's
I'm putting Nas, bro. Illmatic, Stillmatic, and bro, we have to talk about the revival he's had, man. The resurgence of Nas in the 2020 decade, bro.
The KD series.
KD goes
every
crazy.
Single one hits.
I said this before on the pod. Nas is the best rapper of the 2020 decade. Who else has dropped 4 consecutive banger projects, man? Yeah. I'll rank them right here. You know, I put KD 3-1, Magic, KD 2, and then KD 1.
Yep.
Okay? Won a Grammy for KD 1, but fuck the Grammys. I don't give a shit about that.
I also believe he won a Grammy for Nasir too, which shouldn't have deserved it. But even then, look at the amount of music this man is putting out at the age of like 40.
Bro, and no one can top. Honestly, Illmatic's one of the most classic albums of all time. 100%. So well put together.
Arguably the best ever.
Tell a great story throughout of a kid going through New York. You really feel like you're walking his streets with him. It's just got to be number 3.
Every single song on Illmatic. First of all, it's a pretty short album.
Exactly.
Less than 10
Which
songs.
for its time is
pretty unique.
Yeah.
And then not to mention that every single song on that album is legitimately iconic. New York State of Mind is New York's anthem.
God, man.
And that'll just never change.
I did have one quick question. So, Arjan just said that like, he's dropping bangers at like age 40, right? This is obviously
not 40, bro. He's like 50.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, so like,
crazy.
this is not like athletic where like your career's like from like 18 to like 30, 35, right?
Well,
because like, because like the vocals, whatever. But like, so like, why do you think like you know like art? This is for the both of you. But like, why do you think artists like it's a big deal for them to produce really good music after a certain age?
Because the demographic of music and like the landscape of music changes throughout time, and to be able to adapt in every sense of the time, like we've seen like the trap era like rise throughout the 2010s, to be able to still put out music that people like, just to be able to adapt to that music, it takes a lot of talent and like shows the variability of an artist that really just credits them and being able like to being in the top 5 of all time.
And I think the main reason for his resurgence is his like hooking up with Hit Boy. You know, hooking up with Hit Boy for the whole 2020 decade.
Production is insane.
And Hit Boy's grown a lot also, because before that, I didn't really fuck with Hit Boy that much, you know. I thought he's alright. You know, I believe he did Burden of Proof also, which I did like. Yeah. But the production wasn't my favorite part of that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but I did like it. But again, man, I think just mixing that like newer age sound with
songs
all the
like
lyricism.
Thun, bro.
Thun goes
Thun
crazy, bro.
hits.
When he references Jay-Z, man, in
Thun's
that.
crazy.
Oh my god.
One of the one of the best beefs of all time. Jay-Z and Nas.
bro. No competition, by the way.
Yeah.
No competition.
Ether,
bro.
Ether runs.
Ether goes crazy, man.
Nas
Hope didn't stand a
destroyed
chance.
Not a shot.
Bro.
But even then, like, just shows that there's levels to this.
Bro, and also on the song Beef in KD3, man, bro literally raps from the perspective of beef.
He is the beef.
He is beef.
His storytelling is amazing.
He is speaking from conflict. He talks about how conflict destroys everybody, man, and it's just a beautiful song, man.
Like,
Beautiful
we
album.
got Prem bewildered right now. He doesn't even know what we're talking about.
I know Hova is Jay-Z. I found that out.
What's his other nickname?
Jay-Z.
That's not even. That's his
That's his.
bro.
Technically, it's a nickname. Okay, next.
Alright, and now number 2. This is where me and Arjan are gonna butt heads a little bit.
Yeah, bro. I don't want to hear it, dog. But go ahead.
Number 2, I'm giving it to Kendrick Lamar. The best conceptual artist of all time, in my opinion. Best conceptual artist of all time. He's not missed on a single album. And there's really no reason not to put him 1.
Then why is he not one? Because Eminem's one.
Nah, bro.
Who's one?
Kendrick Lamar is the greatest rapper of all time. He has 2 of the best rap albums of all time, being Good Kid, Mad City and To Pimp a Butterfly. He's the best storytelling rapper ever. He has some of the most unique production, like the jazz that he's included in To Pimp a Butterfly.
Exactly.
And the storytelling of each album, like from T-Pab telling the story of like growing up as a black kid in America and like showing the perspective that has, and then Good Kid, Mad City growing up in Compton and just showing like the experiences. And not even that, it's just T-Pab not only is an album that is massively influential in this like era of like a lot of police violence, like what is done for like for example being like an anthem for the BLM movement.
All right is literally the
All Right is that song, but it's also
movement.
just like incredibly enjoyable to listen to. And then not even that, songs like on Good Kid, Mad City, like you can go from Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst, to one of arguably the greatest rap songs ever.
Oh my
to like
God.
some absolute like car bangers, like Backseat Freestyle. Like there is nothing that Kendrick Lamar can't do and hasn't done, and for that reason I think he is number 1, like in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely respect anyone. Again, I said like anyone in that top 4. Those are the only 4 who I think can be respectably put number 1.
Yeah.
You know, number 1 for me, it all comes down to preference and what you like most in rap. And for me, lyricism and wordplay is like such a big part of it.
Yeah.
And which is why, as Arjan said, my number 1 is Eminem. It will always be Eminem. I have too much attachment, man. Eminem's Recovery was the first album I ever bought, first rap album I ever listened to, because I was 6 years old when that came out. Me and my dad would listen to that all the time in the car whenever the like radio hits were coming on. And bro, from there, man,
bro, you learned curse words since you were like 6 years old.
Hey, come on, man.
Damn,
you know how we do, man. Nah, man, but Eminem just went on such a great run. His link-ups with Dr. Dre, that first 3 album run, that is the best 3 album run in history. Okay, I don't want... Again, the only 3 that can contest it is Kendrick.
Yep.
Again, the only 3.
That's what I'm saying.
They're
Good
too
Kid,
close.
T-Pab.
They're too close, you know. But Eminem lyrically is just on a different level. He can spit better than any other MC. I think there's definitely some people who can rival him, but no, he's just in a different lane. And I know.
Here's my point that I'm going to bring up.
I know what you're going
As
to
to
say.
why I
Go for
don't
it.
think Eminem is a top 5 rapper of all time. I think
Not even top 5.
You'll see when I
Not
give
even
my-
top 5.
When I get my list, you'll see. Because there's one rapper that I think you're missing that I think you don't listen to. A lot of people probably don't listen to. You'll see him eventually when I give him my list. But the reason that I don't think Eminem is even in the top 5 is because the latter half of his career has been so spoiled by just straight trash. Like, you can't fall off so hard and still be considered a top 5 rapper, because something that I consider a criteria to be considered in this top 5 that we've talked about that every artist has had has been legitimate longevity and been the ability to adapt to every era. You said Hove, you said Lil Wayne, you talked about Nas, and you talked about Kendrick, rappers that have all succeeded in different eras. And Eminem is the one rapper that I think you can like give a knock on that for, because he has put out albums that I just don't think are like to the quality of any album that all the other 4 artists have put out. Like Revival, bro. Who in their right mind is listening to Revival? Who's listening to music to get murdered by?
No.
It's trash. It's trash. That's on everything. It's trash.
No, bro. Nah, not music to be murdered by. I'll give you Revival. But even Revival has some big... Bro, Castle on a Rose?
Dude, you can't...
Those are some of his deepest songs he's ever made, I'm telling you. Castle on a Rose?
But now
he
you're
talks about
changing
proof in the hospital and shit.
But that's changing the criteria. You're saying that an album as a whole is not just defined by one
It's
song.
not. That's why. Revival as a whole, I don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
You know, but there's some songs
but
that
there's no
showcase
other
the
artist
skill
that
so
you
much.
mentioned in that top 5 that has put out an album as bad as Revival is.
That's fair. But I just think Eminem's highs are just so much better than the others, in my opinion. That's like my personal preference for what I look at.
I don't think it's
Eminem Show, Marshall Mathers LP, Slim Shady LP. He changed the game when that came out, man. There was no one like him at that time. He dominated the 2000s and like 1999 also. Throughout the 2000s, no one fucked with him.
Yeah, no.
You don't mess with the white boy, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I mean,
where is he now is the real question.
Where is he now? He's cooking, bro.
Listen, man, I haven't seen him put out like a single like great song in the last like 10 years. You rap fans talk in complete absolutes, right? If you're going like in a crate digging for diamonds, you guys always look for the best out of the crate. But there's so many rappers that get discredited that belong in that top 5.
Exactly.
And putting Eminem up there after he hasn't put out a single good song in the last
That's
10
just
years,
false.
There's no way.
That's just false.
Maybe if you put him at the bottom of the top 5, maybe they would have been a better top 5. But you cannot put him at 1. Like Arjan said, all 4 of the other rappers, you talked about longevity. They're still here. They're still making good music. Where the hell is Eminem? I'm not saying he's not making the best, but comparably to these other guys, he does not belong.
And Eminem also, we're talking about adaptability, right? Eminem's flow, Eminem's wordplay has not been adaptable over time.
Bro, no. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to fucking hear that.
Some of the things that Eminem was saying in the 90s would not fly now. They just would not
No,
fly.
But you can't do that. You can't do that. That's not fair. That's not fair.
That's a cultural difference.
Neither
between
would
the 90s
Kendrick,
and
bro.
now. Yeah.
Neither would Kendrick. Kendrick did it now. Kendrick did it now.
Yo, but it was funny when Kendrick did it.
Whoa.
Why? Because he's white.
Dude, Eminem was being
Kendrick can say those words, but Eminem can't. Years ago when it was more like acceptable.
Eminem's being dead ass serious.
Bro, okay. Also, I think lyrically Eminem is honestly at his best. I agree that his more recent projects are not like crazy top tier. They'll never match like those first 3 albums that he did. But come on, man. Music to be murdered by. He's at the top of his game lyrically in terms of wordplay. And I agree, conceptually, he's not there with Kendrick. But that's just one criteria. You know, to me, he's at his wordplay and stuff. He's at his best because now he doesn't care enough to make that kind of album. He's been doing this for too long, man. And wait, hold up. He's been doing this for too long. I don't want to hear him talk about the same shit that's happened. He's grown up now. He's mature. And he's talked. I don't want to hear the same shit that he's done. He's grown so much compared to a lot of other rappers in terms of his own personal self, what he went through with drug addiction and came back, being sober for 12 years now. He's gone through so much shit, and now he's doing the part of rap that he enjoys the most, which is the lyricism, wordplay, and having fun. Yeah. And his whole thing right now is just having fun while still putting out the bangers that people love. Like Discombobulated is straight out of like Slim Shady LP era almost, and he made that in 2020. Earlier in 2020, also out in January on the first half of Music to Be Murdered By. You gonna learn? You gonna learn with him and Royce? I don't want to hear it, man. That song is just a banger.
I'm not saying, but like these are just like, those are 2 examples of songs out of multiple albums that he's put out past 2010 that I just don't think are to the same quality of other albums that he's put in the past. I'm not arguing that Eminem isn't a top 10 rapper of all time. Of course he is. To say otherwise is just like genuinely kind of absurd. But like, as I said before, like rap is subjective, music is subjective, and what you are looking for in an album, it differs person to person. Like for you, I'm sure it's wordplay. For me, I care a lot about what you're telling with your rap because I think that matters a lot more. I mean, then again,
that is up there for me also. It's like just behind.
But then again, even to my point, I'm kind of a hypocrite in that sense too because I'm a huge Playboi Carti fan. I'm a huge Future fan, huge Young Thug fan, and I don't know, like
it's different eras.
Like Playboi Carti goes lean. I think it's fire. Like, so that's the point. Like it really is subjective. So like I don't think there's a huge problem with you putting it number 1. There's worse choices.
Your top 5.
I was about to say. So now that you said that, let's hear yours.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with some of them for the same reasons. So number 5, I have a tie between Jay-Z.
No ties. Put 1.
No ties.
Dog.
1.
Put 1.
All right, number 5, I'll put. Yo, tie, bro, tie.
No tie.
You can say your honorable mentions after, but you have to say top 5.
My first honorable mention will be Lil Wayne, and then at 5, I'll put Jay-Z.
Okay, respectable.
At 4, I think I have to go with one of the most underrated rappers and underappreciated rappers of all time.
I think I know.
Andre 3000.
Outkast,
one of the most legendary groups of all time. Andre carried. Okay, not to say Andre carried. Big Boy is great.
Okay,
but Andre gets like just not the title of love he deserves. Even on like modern albums, like whenever he features, he's transcending music. Like songs like Miss Jackson, like bro, Andre is a goat.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Ooh, I am falling. And then number three, I'm going to agree with Ari here with Nas. Nas, I think, has the best, arguably the best rap album ever with Illmatic, and the best debut album ever, also with Illmatic, tied maybe with like Lauryn Hill for Miseducation, as the best debut rap album ever. And then number 2, this is where it gets unique. I'm not sure any of you will have anything to say about this.
Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Is it MF Doom?
It is MF Doom. One of the greatest and most unique lyricists of all time. His album Food, he has a whole song where he raps about fucking cookies, yo.
Yeah.
Cookies. And he's like spitting bars about cookies. Like he's insane. And then his whole persona of being rest in peace, by the way, MF Doom, young goat. His whole persona of having like the mask, being the villain, playing through multiple characters. He has features on his album. So like he goes by MF Doom. He'll have Victor Von Doom featuring on his album, which will also be him. He features with himself. One of the greatest albums in my opinion with Mad Villainy. One of the greatest 3-album runs with Food, Mad Villainy, and Operation Doomsday. He's one of the greatest rappers ever, and his production's insane. Shout out to Madlib for producing all of those albums. He's incredible, and not even that, just his story of like growing up as someone who was homeless, and him and Scissorface like rapping together, and then he going to jail, and him like rising through out of that, with his son dying too. And like putting all of that effort into his music, MF Doom is a top 3 rapper of all time. And I feel like number 2.
I feel like with MF Doom and Eminem, there's something similar that they've done better than anyone else, and that is like being able to split their personality into different characters.
100%, yeah.
You know, I don't think anyone's done it nearly at the level that those two have done it.
Yeah.
You know, with a Slim Shady character, and then goes more personal on Marshall Mathers LP. He can switch between them so seamlessly, and same with MF Doom. He's created so many characters. You know, you try to search MF Doom. There's only really
a picture of him.
Yeah.
He's always wearing the mask, and for the most part, it's not even him. He sent like, if you all know the comedian Hannibal Buress, he sent him to do a show for him.
Really?
He sends people wearing the mask to do shows for him.
Wow.
And he really is the villain that he claims to be, as cringy as that sounds.
Yeah.
He is one of the best lyricists ever, though. Absolutely.
And who's your one?
And everyone knows my one.
Said this.
Kendrick Lamar, the People's Champion.
There's no debate. I'm not gonna. We've already talked about it. This comes down completely to preference.
For me, it's the storytelling that I mentioned earlier with T-Pab, Good Kid. I think he has the best 3-album run ever. He has transcended the game and has been the best rapper of this generation by a long shot. A lot of people like to say Cole, and as much as I love Cole, Cole's albums don't hold a candle to Kendrick's. I think Cole is very talented.
I think he could be top 5 though.
No. Come on, relax. You're not part of this conversation.
I do feel bad for J. Cole.
I feel so bad for J. Cole just happens to come up with so many comparisons to Kendrick Lamar, and that's why he seems compared to
There are things that he's better at than Kendrick, in my opinion, though.
Yeah.
I think rhyme schemes he's better.
He's a better singer.
Way better singer.
Yeah.
Way better singer. But
it's just that like
he's never gonna get the respect he deserves. You know.
But I feel like with Cole, it's just like some of his albums don't reflect his ability as a rapper. Like you hear songs like when he features on like Off D's and he goes insane, you're like Jesus. Or like one of my favorite features of all time, him on Johnny P's Caddy.
Oh!
Absolutely gas. One of the greatest features I've ever heard.
On the night I was born, the rain was pouring, man. Come on.
Flying. But
guys, for Arjan, you don't know this, but almost every single podcast we talk about music, these two always bring up Johnny P's Caddy.
Yo,
that's the one song.
I don't know that, but like
it's one of
Johnny
his best
Caddy,
features, hands down.
It's amazing.
Honestly, that might be my favorite J. Cole verse of all time.
It's entirely up there. But the thing is, J. Cole just like some of his albums don't reflect the ability he has. I think 2014 is a great album. I think it's a bit overrated. Like songs like Wet Dreams, I just can't get through. It's just
you can't
like
get through the Wet Dreams.
No, but
he gets right through
who's trying to listen to that, bro? And then also like nah.
She loves my dreams.
And then KOD, bro.
J. Cole's
KOD's so overhated,
KOD's
bro.
a bit mid. It's not trash.
It's not trash, bro. I do think that J. Cole is coming at his best though. He's not peaked.
Yeah.
If you listen to the offseason, he's coming back hungry.
Yeah.
When the fall off drops,
it is gonna be the best album he's dropped ever.
Yeah,
hands down.
Hopefully. No, J. Cole is definitely up there. I'd put him in top 20.
Wait,
but I think it's
not even top 10.
One thing I wanted to bring up though was like you guys didn't address this enough. How do you have Eminem as 1 and you don't even have him in the top 5?
Well, that's a super big.
Yeah.
It's because
he said he would put him in top 10.
For me, like I've never been too crazy about like just like the how do you say this
lyricism,
like
aspect, like soul
not
lyricism.
Not just soul lyricism, but just like the shock value of what Eminem says. How has that been like a big part of like how he came up as a rapper? Like I never really cared for that too much. Just like saying like super inflammatory things. Like it's funny, but like for me, it's not like that's not the lyricism that I'm looking for. I'm looking for like really deep meaning and things. I know he has stuff like that.
He has plenty of those.
He has tons of that.
It's just
but
that's
like,
the thing when you I'm not saying you're a casual Eminem fan, but I'm just saying like casual Eminem fans only know the radio hits.
Yeah.
And those are like some of his shittiest songs in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, and
like everyone just knows the song Mockingbird, like
Yeah,
great
it's
song,
on
but like
TikTok.
I can
there's
agree.
more than
I'm a
that.
casual Eminem fan.
Like I know kids that just like think about Eminem. He's like, yo, heard the song Stand before? Like no one's heard it. Like dog.
Yeah,
Like come on.
I do have one question though. What is stopping you guys from putting Nas at number 1?
That again.
I
No,
feel
here,
like
that's just
it's so
subjective.
close.
But I
So
feel like
close.
dude, like technically, dude, he was the king before Biggie, bro.
Yeah.
Right? They all said
we
it
didn't even address
in that
Biggie
era.
and Tupac, they're not in our top. For
Come
me,
on, bro.
He's
Come
not in
on.
my top
Get
5.
it? Get it?
Tupac,
You got that
Come
shirt?
on, you got the,
For
you got
me-
the Tupac shirt.
For me, the only reason Tupac and Biggie are not in my top 5 is because unfortunately they died too early to be able to put out enough music
That's
to be
a very
considered top
good
Which is
point.
5.
very sad.
Even
Same reason.
there, if we're talking about top 5 albums, Ready to Die is there. Ready to Die is in
For
my top
sure.
5 albums.
Oh
For
my
sure.
god.
I think Biggie over Tupac,
So good.
and they're both
Same.
right outside my top 5.
Dude, I still don't agree. I think even though the reason I got into Nas was because of Ari, so I still consider myself a casual listener. But if you look into his past, dude, he was the king before Biggie, bro.
100%.
Wu Tang said it, Busta Rhymes said it.
No,
they all
he's the best
claimed
New York
he was the
rapper.
GOAT.
He's the best New York
I feel
rapper
like
ever.
he's
Easy.
criminally underrated because no one gives
Yeah.
him the credit that he deserves.
He's not underrated, I don't think.
He's
Because
not underrated.
everyone who knows about hip hop
Yeah,
knows
knows
Nas
Nas.
is top. You know,
They'll still say he's...
if I'm being completely objective,
I'm
like,
talking about credit
not
through
no bias
mainstream,
at
though.
all. I would say Nas is 1. No bias at all. I would put that. But
Yeah.
based on my own personal preferences, Kendrick just slightly edges him out,
Okay.
and Eminem is just
For me,
too
yeah.
much,
For once again,
for
like
me.
for me, it's that because I just think, like I know, like when you're talking about uniqueness, it's all relative to time. For me, Kendrick is just so unique as an artist.
It's
that I
true.
have him above it. But Nas, like I really wouldn't mind if someone were to put him at number 1 at all. In fact,
Same.
I
So Nas
arguably
drops.
on an objective level, I might agree with that.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah.
Which I think is the right answer because I feel like objectively he is the number 1 rapper of the
It's fair.
of all
It's
time.
entirely fair to say.
Yeah.
Alright.
Who did you two put at number 1? Just asking.
I got it.
I put
Kendrick, what
Kendrick.
about you?
You're asking, bro. I don't listen to rap that much. Bro.
Just pick someone, bro.
Who
Alright,
who
bro.
Justin
who'd you put
Bieber.
number 1?
Anyone that isn't
I'll-
Drake, dog.
Oh my
I was
god. Do
gonna
you even listen
say-
to Drake? Come on.
We'll get
I
to that
was-
talk later.
let's be
I
honest.
was generally
New
like
Drake
of
is
all
trash.
time.
So trash, bro.
Yeah.
Trash.
I don't even like Drake as a rapper. Like
I like.
Drake.
I'm
not
not
a
saying he's
rapper,
number
though.
1. I'm not saying he's number 1, but I
No,
like
wait.
Meek Mill.
What?
I like Meek Mill.
Okay.
Meek Mill.
Okay. All right. He doesn't listen to rap, guys.
Yeah, I don't. But like, I just like. I like
bro
to.
directly to the camera and said that. He doesn't
He's
listen
out
to
here
rap,
listening
guys.
like sweet.
But I like
home
Meek
Alabama.
I like Meek.
Meek Mill is criminally underrated and he should stay there, bro. Because he is
Criminally
not-
for sure.
Wow.
Criminally.
Criminally for sure.
I just
At
like that one
number
album
one?
that he came out with.
This man's in like
No, what was
championships.
it?
Wait,
What was, yeah, I like that one.
Bro, wouldn't even know the name of the album, man.
I knew the name. Yeah.
Bro,
Favorite album.
I don't even listen
but,
to Meek Mill like that,
but all right. Anyway,
This man
so
was just a
you guys
going bad
talked
once.
about
Going
no,
bad
bro.
one time.
I liked 100 Summers. I liked a couple of the other
What the hell
songs.
is 100 Summers, bro?
Is that the one you wrote your essay about?
Yeah.
You were
Your college essay?
about a Meek Mill.
I didn't get into the school, so fuck Meek Mill. But like, anyway,
clearly that's
so
why
like you
it's
guys
not
were talking
wrong.
about albums. You guys were talking about albums.
Yeah.
Now let's get a little bit deeper.
Mhm.
All right, best lyricist.
No, that's not. No. We're
Go,
not doing like that.
go through.
Alright.
Go through. The,
Wait, what are we gonna do?
Hold
though?
on, hold on.
Best rapper in each category.
Okay, hold on.
No.
We're each now gonna have a little segment here. We are going to try. Do you guys also want to do it, or you want to just
I'm
do?
good,
me
bro.
and
I'm-
Arjun?
We'll watch YouTube.
I'm gonna watch.
Do you
I'm
wanna
gonna
join in?
watch.
I'll give you some like slight comments. From
You gonna
me.
use that?
Well, I have my sources.
Bro's
I got
on
my
ChatGPT. Copy and pasted the
Yo,
prompt
this
that I'm
motherfucker,
using
bro.
for this,
This
bro.
is bullshit.
All right, let me explain. This is ChatGPT 4.0. So I want to see. I'm gonna.
I'm
gonna-
gonna pay for Puerto
Bro,
Rico,
paid for
Listen. I'm gonna keep it
pay
open.
for it?
I'm gonna keep ChatGPT open. I'm
Try
gonna
hard,
let
bro.
you two
That's how he gets
argue,
through his college
and I'm gonna
assignments.
see how accurate ChatGPT is to
To what we
opinions
think. It's
of
not gonna be
certified people who like hip hop.
Well,
so
I
to
think
say.
it's gonna throw in like.
No, because look,
Like a
ChatGPT,
Drake, the Kanye, just 'cause it, like-
ChatGPT just takes things from the internet, and typically the way that the internet like websites rank artists is through commercial sales.
Exactly.
And that's
Yeah,
why
that's
Drake,
big.
exactly.
Drake will end up
Kanye,
at number
like,
one.
those
Yeah.
big-
But the reason I don't think Drake is even in the top 50 rappers all time, he's a great singer.
Top 50?
But yeah, listen,
No,
listen.
bro, no
Because
chance.
Drake is not a good rapper. First of
He's
all,
not.
doesn't even write his own-
He's not.
he
I
doesn't
don't-
even write his
I don't
own
even consider
lyrics.
him like a full like rapper. Like
He
his
doesn't-
music and like all those top people that you see on those like commercial hits, I wouldn't consider them in the same like genre as a lot of what
Well,
we're
there's
talking
two
about.
things that people say about Drake that I completely disagree with. One, they say he's so good because he's versatile, because he does different genres. Dude, he puts out a house album and it's just ass. Like
I do
don't
respect
care
you for
for
trying different
I don't
genres. I,
know.
think that's cool. But like, look at Kendrick, man. Kendrick does the right thing in incorporating so many genres into
into
rap.
his music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know,
Exactly.
through interpolation,
and he
samples, you know,
executes
things.
it so well.
Yeah.
Being mid at like everything does not make you just great.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be good. Like you have to, like there's nothing that he does that is amazing, and that's why I think Drake is so popular because he's like the lowest common denominator type of rapper.
Yeah.
Like you play at like your family barbecue, like you're sitting in the car.
Everyone will just anyone will just be okay with it.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna play like To Pimp a Butterfly at like my mom's like house. Like
Yeah.
she's gonna be like, "What are you listening to?" She's not gonna understand it. But if I could play Drake, like everyone can listen to that in the background. It's background music.
But that's what makes me feel like they're just like not even in the same like category.
Yeah, like you can't compare.
All right,
Not
so
the same side.
Ari, talk about this new segment that you have.
So me and Arjan here are gonna be trying to build the perfect rapper, okay, in our minds. We got 4 categories up on the screen. We're starting off with lyricism, production, storytelling, and album composition in terms of how you craft an album. Okay, we're gonna go through, take turns. We're allowed to repeat rappers, but we can't use the same rappers for the same thing. We'll obviously switch and alternate depending on which one it is, you know.
So if you say a rapper, can he say the same rapper?
He can, but not for the same category.
Okay.
We'll go one picks then the other picks.
Yeah,
then
the next
snake.
pick to the
Yeah.
other.
And then
switch.
ChatGPT. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm actually pretty impressed by the picks ChatGPT.
I am,
made.
yeah.
I'm actually really surprised as to what picks it
We'll
made.
hear-
So
we'll
I'm
hear
really
about it,
interested
yeah.
to see what goes.
So let's
on.
first just start down this
Yeah.
this way, and then we'll hear ChatGPT's pick for that, and then we'll come back.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So,
So
you start
start off with
Lyricism.
lyricism. Who are you taking? Whose lyricism are you taking to craft the perfect rapper?
Lyricism, I'm going to MF Doom.
MF Doom.
MF
Okay,
Doom.
respectable. I'm gonna take Eminem's lyricism.
Felt that coming.
For lyricism, I have to take Eminem. Let's say some honorable mentions real quick. I'm putting Black Thought up there.
Black Thought, 100%.
I'm putting Black Thought up there. I'm putting Royce up there.
Yeah.
I'm putting MF Doom up there.
Yeah.
Those are my 3 honorable mentions for that.
Yep.
But
What is ChatGPT? have?
ChatGPT does not agree with either of you. They said that some of the rappers known for their
Drake.
exceptional lyricism were Nas,
Okay.
Jay-Z,
Okay.
and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, no,
Alright, that's fine.
Which I think
Yeah.
are up there, but I don't
Honestly,
think are the number
I
one.
think
When you
out of
say-
those
They're
three, I'd say
definitely
The
Kendrick.
reason I didn't say
ones.
those
Yeah.
3 is because I'm saving them for other categories.
Yeah,
Exactly.
No,
And
one
also-
of them is a strong contender in one of the.
in terms of lyricism, though, out of those 3, I would put Jay-Z over the rest of them, just because lyricism is more about like cadence, rhyme schemes, wordplay, things like that. And Jay-Z
yeah.
out of those 3, I'd say is the best. But now going on to category 2, we got production. Now, how do you want to do this? You want to do picking a real producer to create with this guy, or do you want to pick a rapper who produces?
No, I think just pick a producer.
Okay, I'm taking Dr. Dre.
Yep, I felt that.
Taking
coming.
Dr. Dre.
I felt
The
that
best
coming
producer of all
That's
time.
yeah.
No one
ChatGPT
goes near
agrees.
him.
Yeah.
ChatGPT agrees. We got Dr. Dre, Jay Dilla.
He's gonna make his still.
He's gonna make his.
Yeah.
I thought he said he agreed.
No, but he has to choose someone
Yeah,
No,
different.
I
It's
do
just
agree.
different.
Like
You
if
can't-
For the record, he agrees, but you, for the purpose of the segment, you have to.
if that was my pick, then I would have taken Dre. But with my pick, I'm really in between 2 people right now, and it's a big clash of eras.
Because you want to think who complements the other things you're gonna do.
So my lyricist is MF. So I'm thinking Madlib, but
Mm.
my another like part of me wants to say, let me just throw the wild card in there and throw Metro Boomin. So I'm gonna take Madlib. I'm gonna take
Okay.
Madlib.
Metro Boomin's a good producer,
It
man.
wouldn't
but
work with what we're
when
doing
we're built,
right now.
yeah,
When you're building
it's not
out best
compatible.
rap-
No, not
Yeah, not
compatible.
compatible.
I'm taking
Yeah.
Madlib. I'm taking
what
Madlib.
does
He's
ChatGPT
just
have?
not the same
I would,
genre.
I would throw Uncle Al in there, by the way. Uncle Al, I feel like with either, I want him to lock in with Eminem so badly. I think Uncle Al beat with what's called MF Doom's
Yeah.
lyricism could go crazy.
what is-
If
what
you're
is-
doing
what
just
is-
in general music,
I
I think
literally
Metro
have-
Boomin could be a good pick then.
I literally
But
have a godly.
It just
duo.
doesn't work.
It doesn't
you
work
know?
with it. You're going strict. like,
Exactly.
it's
I
really
Because we're
literally-
trying to
rap.
create a singular rapper
Yeah.
based on by pulling
Yeah.
these skills from
But
different
Yeah.
things,
I
you know?
have a tried and true proven duo with MF and Madlib.
That's true.
Mad
Same
Diddy,
here.
yeah.
I think our first 2 picks are perfect and strong.
All right, so what does
So
ChatGPT? have?
ChatGPT to complement Jay-Z is gonna take Kanye West or Jay Dilla.
Mm-hmm. See, Kanye's a great pick for producer too, but
Yeah,
the
that's
problem is I just don't think he fits the artist that I chose for my lyricist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
All right.
Storytelling.
Storytelling, starting
not
back
you
with
now.
you.
Kendrick
Oh,
Lamar.
yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Fair.
Obviously,
He
the
would
greatest
go in one of the last
storytelling.
2. I honestly do believe
Fair.
that.
The
That's one of the
craziest
best, yeah.
storytelling rapper ever. It's not even close.
I think you
Nothing
missed
even
out
close.
here because there's something Kendrick does better than anyone else, and I'm gonna take him sooner or later, you know, for something else.
Yeah. I
You
see
know,
that
for what's it called, storytelling,
only-
Nas is just top tier.
Yeah,
no
that's fair.
one speaks with as much
Very,
like
very true.
energy as Nas. Not even energy, just anytime he speaks,
Passion.
passion. You just have you feel what he's saying, the way he describes things. He did a fucking commercial for Skill Link or something,
Yeah.
or Skill Tree, and the way he just talks, you can hear his storytelling.
Yeah.
He says the streets painted with glass, like bro,
Yeah.
the way he has a way with words that every word he says feels impactful and straight off Illmatic. At such a young age also, what was he, 18, 17 at
Yeah,
that time?
wow.
Like, to come off and have arguably the best debut and arguably the best album period of all time, at that young of an age, to be that mature with their storytelling, literally walking you through his eyes as he goes through the city of New York. I think he's just hands
Yeah.
down the better storyteller.
And then I think for me, it's just a different perspective. Like looking at Kendrick, like looking at like the way he crafts an album to tell a story. Like think about, we haven't even talked about Mr. Morale yet. Think about the way he's setting it up as like tapes with a therapist is insane.
I
Like the
love
way
that
he
so
sets it up.
much.
Think about T-Pap, how he's so like able to express like the feelings that he has as someone growing up as black in America, even while still having like just great quality music. Like I can't even like repeat the words on The Black or the Berry. You can just tell like the pain that he's expressing through singing The Black or the
100%.
Berry.
No shade for what Arjan said, but one thing that you said before was that you felt, going through the streets with Nas, which kind of shows like that part that illuminates like kind of the passion and the storytelling, how creative he is.
Rap is literature. Rap at the end of the day is
I mean, if you're
literature.
talking about creativity, I think no one trumps Kendrick.
But that's true. But that's not always about. That's one aspect of
And
storytelling.
even for me, storytelling is like Kendrick's lyricism, but like it's just ability from not just like throughout the whole like entirety of an album, but from track to track to track to have such a consistently like
But
flowing
that's
story.
different. That's the next category. That's album crafting. How you place the tracks in the album.
That's one of
And
the-
that's where you
one of
fucked
them.
up.
That's what I
And
was
that's where
saying.
I'm taking Kendrick Lamar. No one
Okay,
builds
before we
an
go
album
there,
better than him.
what does ChatGPT
Honestly,
say for storytelling?
I'd agree with Kendrick Lamar for storytelling, but I think because both of those were taken, we have to take Notorious B.I.G., who's the
Okay.
second king in New York, right after Nas, to be honest.
I think
but-
Tupac's a better storyteller
No.
than Big.
Yeah.
Dude, this is ChatGPT. This ain't me, bro.
Big's a way better rapper, but not a storyteller than Pac.
All right, time to tell what's wrong.
Yeah. And then album crafting, like I said.
You skipping out on Kendrick for that? Well, either way, he would have gotten the opportunity to take it. So it's good that you
I'm
take
being
it for
dead
that.
serious. I didn't even realize that was a category. I wasn't paying
We
attention.
said it in the
You
beginning.
said
Yeah, I
it,
didn't
you said
listen
all
to
four.
that.
All
Focus,
four.
man. Focus.
Bro, I'm not gonna act like I'm mad about my pick and take Kendrick. For
It's not
storytelling.
an no pick. It's a pretty good pick still. Kendrick at storyteller is not like some
No,
like.
it's not like a bad
yeah,
pick.
like,
It's like-
you can't go wrong with
I
that.
think that is his second strongest out of the four here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think
so-
Kendrick's best thing that he's done though is his album crafting.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
has
but,
the most
for me-
conceptual
for
albums
me,
of all
I think
time.
these two categories
They
kind of
overlap. They do overlap.
I think
believe.
album
They
crafting
do.
is part of storytelling because as a
Yeah.
rapper, the way that you order your songs is part of telling your story.
That's true, but that's more the album storytelling and less song to song. Song to song is more about how you're speaking on there to tell the story physically.
Yeah, how you can encapsulate all the stories together. Whereas like in
Exactly.
storytelling, you're trying to like bring the essence of that exact character or something you're trying to portray
It's
in
more
that
minute
one song.
compared to more macro.
Which like Kendrick does
I
it like
think-
amazing.
obviously, all of these do overlap. I think like lyricism and production kind of overlap with your flow and everything, and then lyricism overlaps with storytelling.
no, I mean those are two different.
No, that's
things.
very different.
No,
stuff.
Lyricism-
I think
That's-
I think
those-
no,
that's
because
very
this is what
different.
you were saying before about like having if you say storytelling, album crafting.
Actually, lyricism and storytelling. I could argue say overlap.
Lyricism and
Lyricism
storytelling
is
do-
more
I
about
think
like
each
the
literal
word
rap-
craft,
literal
wordsmith.
rhyming,
yeah, but
That's
I think
like rhyming.
lyricism hits with storytelling hits with album crafting, and at the top again, lyricism hits a little bit with production. It's like kind of like a chart where each one kind of attaches to the one after.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Kendrick for album crafting was an amazing pick, dude. Good Kid, Mad
Yep.
City. What an amazing album debut he had. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So you pick Kendrick. Who'd you pick?
Now for
Album
honestly,
composition.
You gotta wrap up your rapper now here.
I guess
up your
it's
rapper.
pretty obvious what I'm gonna take now. I'm just gonna reverse these and take Nas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair
Fair.
enough.
Album crafting.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like the same
fair.
way, like because like as we've been talking about the whole time, I think these two like categories like overlap for me a little
Those
bit.
two
So
can be intersected.
talking about like describing his city is like describing his experience growing up as a kid in New York. I think out like taking Nas for album crafting, song to song, on Illmatic and Stillmatic, and really every like KD album I think is perfectly viable pick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that like slight minute difference between album crafting and storytelling is where like the difference lies. Where like Kendrick is better at composing that album.
yeah.
In my opinion, he's not clear of Nas, but he's definitively one, in my opinion, of crafting the album and the ordering of the songs. But Nas, in my opinion, again, is the better storyteller. But I don't think he could do it as like perfectly as Kendrick does throughout the album.
Would you argue
in
that
terms of how they
arguing
lead to each other.
like ordering your song affects the way that you convey your story?
That's true. Storytelling refers more to just like
The songs.
how when you're actually speaking,
Okay.
not as much of the layout.
All right, I guess I just
You know.
misunderstood that, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
All right, so
Alright, so
so,
let's
let's
wrap that up.
summarize.
Yeah.
So let's summarize. So Ari, you go first.
Yeah.
Do your four.
So-
and then Arjun, you do your four.
Starting for the top, we had lyricism, and I took Eminem. Off production, I had to take Dr. Dre if I have Eminem's lyricism. There's no question there. Then storytelling, I took the boy Nasir, man, Nas, and then for album crafting, I took Kendrick.
Yeah, for
Arjun,
me,
wrap
for
up yours.
lyricism, I went for the most underrated rappers of all time. I took MF Doom, and I took his partner in crime, Madlib, for production. Then for storytelling, I took my GOAT, Kendrick Lamar. And for album crafting, I took New York's GOAT, Nas.
Guys, comment down what you think your top 4 or top 5 rappers are, as well as what you put for each category, and see who won between Arjun and Ari.
Yeah, let us know who you think won that.
Bro, I know half of y'all ain't ever heard of MF Doom, so but it's okay.
Remember,
Hey, have some faith in the
guys.
Philly-
Also,
Philly-
Nas is different than Nav. Okay, let's make sure we're clear.
Oh,
about
okay.
that.
I have to
Yo,
tell a story
You
here.
want to
I
talk
have
about
to
Nas?
tell a story.
Want to talk about Nav real
Wait,
quick?
just let
Hold
him.
on,
Yeah, let him talk
get
about
I
it.
his
have a little story here, right? So, Arjun, you went to an AP Dillon concert, right?
I did.
And who came out as a special guest?
Fucking Nas, yo.
Nas!
That shit was insane. I almost like cried. So like we're talking about AP Dillon right here. I'm a huge Punjabi music fan, like as a Punjabi person.
He's just a Punjabi fan. Let's be real.
Yeah, and like just a fan of the whole culture. So, like I went to an AP like I love,
But he's never been to
Let's head it up real
Punjab.
quick. Let's
Yeah.
head it up. Let's head it
But
up.
he's never been to Punjab.
big up the.
So-
I've never been to India, so sorry. Like, my family moved from there, but it's alright.
All right, whatever. That's besides the point, bro.
Yeah.
So Nas
I'm a
pulled
huge-
up to his
Huge
concert.
April Dillon fan, huge Sidhu fan, and I went to the April Dillon concert in January, I believe, right? Yeah, January. And at the end of the show, Nas, out of nowhere, just pulls up in New York, and he talks about how April Dillon is one of the most influential artists in today's music scene, and like changing the landscape, which like was such a surreal moment for me to see. One of my favorite non-English rappers with one of my favorite rappers of all time.
Okay.
It was crazy
So my
to see.
story going off of that was telling my friends at school about if they know, first of all, AP Dillon, and they said, yeah, we know that guy. And I told them, yeah, one of my friends at Rutgers went to an AP Dillon concert and Nas came out. And then one of my friends was like, I thought he came out years ago. And then I was like, holy shit, this guy thinks I'm talking about Lil Nas X when I mentioned Nas. If you hear the word Nas,
And you think
don't
of-
fucking mention Lil Nas X,
Yo,
bro.
people need to stop, bro.
What are you talking about? Lil Nas X is way better than Nas, bro.
Call me
For you, yeah, maybe. For you.
Yeah, you would like that. You would.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
that?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean?
Yo, you can interpret what you mean with your.
What do you mean by that?
That's wild.
I think Dish would like it a lot more than me.
According to your mom, man.
According to your mom.
According to your mom.
Probably.
According to the rest of us, including yourself.
If you hear Nas, you think Lil Nas X, you need to stop.
Yeah.
All right, going back to what you were talking about, right? Wait, did he show up to Rutgers, or is that
No,
someone else?
it was in New York. It was in New York.
Okay, so
Yeah.
all right. Speaking of Rutgers, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, that's where you go to school, right?
Yeah.
How is that whole experience like, right? Because like when like none of us go to Rutgers, right? So we don't know exactly how it is, but a lot of people, including us, we were like, oh yeah, it's like seeing your high school all over again, right?
Uh-huh.
So how is it similar to some of the perceptions that people think of it, and how is it different?
Yeah, so I get like Rutgers gets like a really like rep for being like a party school. Like they associate it with that, and that's kind of like
Does
dirty.
it?
I think so.
Yeah,
and
dude.
then, like
Rutgers
people,
is one of the biggest parties.
yeah, 100%.
Really?
And
Yeah.
people also
Yeah.
like kind of like I think associated with being like kind of dirty because it's New Brunswick. That is entirely true. Like,
Yeah, no, that is bad.
Oh,
dude.
shit.
my dorm is garbage. I mean, thank God I ain't there no more.
Why is it
But-
garbage?
The hot water doesn't run.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
There's more trash to take out than we have.
Oh.
But
Okay.
Yo,
Yeah.
bro, he's called out everyone on
He's
this
called out
podcast.
everyone.
But yeah,
Bro's
we
bringing
can't-
the beef back, man. Listen to Nas, man. What do you think
Yo,
about
he's-
beef?
He's going back to 4 years ago, Arjun.
Yeah, no, Rutgers.
Arjun versus Beef, famous Chili hosted boxing match.
Nah, but Rutgers has been great as an experience overall so far. I mean, I love the school. Obviously, a lot of my friends from high school are still there, like excluding these three. But like, there's more like 5 or 6 kids all from high school that are part of the same group of friends that go to Rutgers. So in that regard, like I know some people don't really like to have their friends from high school at college. I've enjoyed it because it was easy to like have friends in the beginning. Obviously, I made a lot more from them through like my involvement in clubs and like meeting people during classes. But I think if you want a big school, Rutgers is one of the best places to go, especially if you get into the honors college because the building is like gorgeous. It's
And
really
are you in the
nice.
honors college?
I'm in the honors program.
But your brother's is your brother was your brother in the honors college?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're the disappointment child, right?
Yeah, but
It's okay. I am
Oh,
too.
man.
Don't worry.
Oh.
We're in the
We're-
same boat.
Why you gotta
It's
pull
okay.
that out on him, man? Come on.
No,
talking about the polar opposite, bro.
Polar
Yeah,
opposite.
you're the-
Polar
you're
opposite.
You're the godchild.
You're the goal.
The
You're
great
the
child.
godchild.
Not really anymore, man. We're pretty neck and neck now. Ronald made a huge comeback, man.
Really? He
Yeah.
made a comeback.
3-1 down, he came back.
He came back. It's tied right now. It's tied
You
right
went down.
now.
You
Game
went
six.
He got the game 6.
Oh,
Game 7
shit,
about to
bro.
be played.
Bro's
But like,
2016 scab,
speaking of
bro.
the stuff that you're involved in, right? How's kind of like the professional side of Rutgers, right? A lot of people are like, oh, it's
Yeah.
close to New York. so there's a lot of opportunities,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Oh yeah.
Like,
But
for
then
me-
there's other people who are like, oh, it's not a target school,
Yeah,
right?
St.
So like,
Capital Partners is like affiliated with.
no,
Rutgers now,
facts.
good.
So like, how?
It's definitely not a target school, dependent on what career you're looking for. If you're like going into pharmacy, for example, Rutgers is fantastic.
Yeah.
'Cause, Johnson & Johnson's right there. We have all the big companies coming to Rutgers for that all the time. So if you're definitely looking to like a farm program, Rutgers is the place to be. Me as a finance major, I think that Rutgers definitely isn't a target school, but I think Rutgers is like kind of a place that's notorious for having like some of the hardest working students out there. Like if you go to Rutgers, like if you just work as hard like as anyone at like a UMich like Prem goes to, or like an NYU, you can certainly succeed in Wall Street in the same way with like some of the programs they have there. Like LIBOR, Little Investment Bankers, Rutgers. If you go there, 100% get involved. They have so many connections. The Student Managed Fund is one of the most elite in the whole nation, and obviously the Road to Wall Street program is extremely like helpful in like getting you those connections. But yeah, Rutgers is close to Wall Street, and if you put in the work, you're definitely gonna make it. It's not impossible. So don't think that you have to be at a target school to get there. Especially if it's like cheaper for you to go to Rutgers than it would be from those schools like it was for me.
That's true.
Always consider that as a factor. So yeah.
And one more thing before, kind of you guys jump in. What are like, you're kind of done with your first year, right?
Yep.
You kind of mentioned some of the takeaways you had. What are you kind of looking forward to in the next 3 years? Like, what are some of your goals? But also, like, what's some of the stuff, like, in general out of college that you want out so that you don't have any regrets when you graduate?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I think that, like, making the most of my college experience, like, as you're saying, is, like, something super important to me. I think that college is super unique in the sense that it's the type of experience that you can't recreate sometime in your life.
Exactly.
So I think making the most out of it by, like, making sure I live at college. Like, this next year I will be commuting, unfortunately, because, like, of some miscommunication that happened with living, like, near campus. But that said, I'm like, living at college, like, experiencing those, like whatever, like, parties it may be, like, that is all something I want to do. And then in a professional sense, like, I have an internship that I'm doing this summer at a venture capital firm called Sync Capital Partners.
Sync
Gap.
That's how you know he's cultured, guys.
That's become somewhat notorious. Yeah, we up though. We up. Sync Cap is up.
Oh, and
Probably can't even be saying that. It's on NDA.
We gotta edit that out.
Move it out.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
so can't even be saying that.
We'll just beep out the name of the team.
Yeah. But yeah, like looking forward to like continuing with that in academic sense.
First, I did NDA.
It's okay. And then yeah, cause like really at Rutgers, like the opportunity is all there, just sitting for you to come grab it. Like with like especially as it pertains to like LIBOR and stuff. Yeah. So like trying to keep the ball rolling with internships. Like, yo, shit ain't even that funny, bro.
Yo,
It's all good.
You're being mad motivational. Right now.
Yeah.
Where's your poster?
Where's your poster?
I was gonna bring
Like,
it,
I'm
but
actually
then no
about
one
to cry,
responded.
bro. Like, I've never seen you like this, bro. I might even like transfer to Rutgers after this.
Bro, pull up, bro. Better than Stevens.
Whoa.
Not for what he wants to do.
Yeah,
Not
not
for
for what you
what
want
he
to do.
wants
Not for what you want. Comp Sci Stevens is it.
Wait.
The only benefit y'all got is
Okay.
y'all bathrooms.
Okay.
Y'all
No.
bathrooms are nice.
Our bathrooms. Oh
bathrooms-
my God. Let me reiterate this. We have the best dorms in the country, hands down. Easily.
Okay.
Easily.
I wouldn't
What are
be.
you questioning, bruh? What's so special about your GT door?
Oh, it's not. It's not at all. But I'm saying I don't think Stevens.
I don't think Stevens is the
Okay,
best
well,
in
I'm
the
sure
world.
there's some small college in the middle of Iowa
subjectively,
that has
we
some
have the
great
best
ass
ones.
dorms.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's schools like Harvard has shitty ass.
Yeah, they
dorms.
actually do.
Oh, yeah.
All I'm
This is a
saying.
big school. Or
All
like
I'm saying.
And
No,
fuck Harvard, man. You know
Wait,
what I'm
I
saying?
don't even know. I don't know if I told you guys. I don't have AC. So
Neither
I
do
never
I.
had AC.
That's crazy.
I don't have AC
I
either.
do I, dog.
It's
Wait,
centralized actually though.
Oh,
So
if you have centralized AC, that's still freaking AC.
So here's the thing. Stevens is a
Their
great school.
bathroom shit is crazy.
Stevens is a great school. For CS, the program is average to say at best. The opportunities are not there. So what Stevens is trying to do is what I assume what they're trying to do is they're trying to increase the popularity of the business school, which is why they're giving like all the cool stuff, so to say. So they have a lot of business events.
Yep.
They have nothing for the CS students really that much. They give all the business students sweatshirts and everything, which I'm really mad about because we didn't get
Rutgers on the
sweatshirts. I was so mad about that. But they're just trying to increase the popularity of the business school. So they're trying to attract more people from the business school because we are a tech school, right? We're primarily a tech school. So if we increase the people coming into our business program, that also look nice for us. So at its current point right now, CS is not the best at Stevens, but QF is popping.
Yes.
We are one of the few schools in the country that offer quantitative finance as an actual major, and sadly, I did not take QF. But
Can you switch into it?
I can switch into it, but most likely as a CS major, I can be working the same
Yeah, it
job.
doesn't
Sometimes
matter.
Yeah,
anyways.
honestly,
I can
yeah,
go into
quantitative
anything I really
finance
want
is
to.
Most people who
anyways.
go like quant
Yeah.
start off in CS.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, which is not a big problem for me. Like, it won't put me that far behind. So,
Yeah.
But other than that, Stevens is a good up and coming school.
Yeah.
We're
Stevens is ahead of the curve with quant. Like, I don't know why so many schools don't have it.
And
yet.
I'll tell you
It's
what.
such a
Even with
grown
that CS
field,
major,
man.
you can go a lot of ways. You can go
You
into
can
S&T.
Exactly.
You
Anything
can go
you
into
want,
if you want to either.
I'll tell you why
Okay.
QF is big. So one of the main professors, what is his name? Whatever, I forgot his name exactly, but he worked on Wall Street for 10 years. He wrote the QF textbook, like the quantitative finance textbook, and now he's one of the main teachers here at Stevens. So all the financial knowledge all these QF students are getting are like is absurd, and he's really just like channeling everything he learned on Wall Street into these students, and it's really
That's
gonna
really
make
awesome,
them
man.
like prepared for
That's
like,
crazy.
the
Yeah.
real world,
Yeah,
which is
that's
actually
good.
really nice.
We don't have anything like that. A lot of UIUC is a big research school. That's one. I know like high schoolers right now that are trying to get like research like positions over summer at UIUC just because it has so many research opportunities. But the one benefit we have is being near Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago being
Yeah.
Near
You're not near
Chicago.
Chicago.
okay, I mean near Chicago
You're
is being the
3 hours
largest,
away.
largest school
Do
near
you
Chicago.
want to be? Do you want to be?
All right, bro.
Dude,
Hey,
Chicago's
Chicago's
not bad.
nice,
Chicago's
bro.
actually nicer than you think.
It's like any other major city.
Okay,
It has its good
I
and
will
bad
say
things.
No,
it's
I'll
not
be-
New York where you
I'll
can't
be-
enjoy yourself the same way you will in New
Whoa,
York. I feel
bro.
like just being in New York.
The thing with Chicago, I'll be super honest. I think Chicago, to live there is better than New York, and I'll tell you
But
why.
you go to
because-
like it depends where you are.
It depends
Yeah.
on.
No,
I
well,
think that's
obviously, you have to be like.
Wait,
I'm saying the good
We've
stuff because
already talked about this. Chicago is so polarizing. As in, like,
Yeah.
if you live in the good part, it's amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
If you live in the bad part,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's
Of course,
terrible.
Okay, but the thing is,
Complete
being,
opposite.
Every major city is
being
like that.
near,
Yeah.
being
no,
near
but
Chicago
Chicago's a
means-
lot cleaner than New York. Is a lot
in some
better.
areas.
Well, isn't
Again,
New
It's
York
a lot
very
smaller.
nice area.
It's a lot
Isn't New
smaller.
York significantly higher
Not a lot
populated?
smaller, but
Yeah, New York
So
is
much
way
higher
Significantly
denser.
higher, bro.
Chicago is
yeah.
basically you have like downtown Chicago, and then everything past that, you won't have more than like 5 stories, and it's just suburbs
really?
and suburbs
Okay.
But
that sprawl forever.
honestly, you should like New York better because they got the Knicks, bro. Like Chicago only got the Bulls, bro. Chicago got the
Hey,
man.
Bears.
The
Yeah,
Bulls,
like-
the Bulls at least 3-peat.
Yeah,
and
Jalen
that,
Brunson, if
that-
you're watching this, I love you.
bro,
Dope, bro. He sold the last game.
No,
Are you
no.
serious?
What? He got 41.
All right. You guys,
What?
you guys. No.
Carried her whole
Do you-
series.
Okay, regardless of that, do you remember the one of the last plays in the game? I'm pretty sure it's in overtime. He's driving to the basket and there's 2 defenders on him, and he decides to try to do some like quick pass and turns the balls over at the
Great,
end.
bro. It's fine. I don't
What-
care because he.
what
Dude,
more do you
we,
want
we
from
wouldn't.
him,
We wouldn't
bro?
even be in overtime if it wasn't for him.
Yeah,
okay.
Who's
And, like,
stepping on the
I'm-
floor? Julius?
before
Julius Randle is
no
the
before
worst player
before
ever.
we get into the picks
He's
before
a
we
playoff
get
player.
before we get into the picks for the finals, the conference finals, because we now know both teams for both conferences.
Go Celtics.
Let's kind of review these semifinals because I know you're a Knicks fan, right?
I'm a Thunder fan.
Thunder, bro.
Fuck you then.
I
I'm a
know,
Knicks.
I just like the Knicks.
I'm a huge Knicks fan, right? So we
suck, bro.
we have never we were pretty much irrelevant for the last 20 years.
Still
But these last couple years we've been good, and this year we exceeded
Still not good.
expectations. Right? What are you?
Still
Bro, you know
lost.
what's crazy, bro? Jalen's the best point guard in Knicks history since Walt Clyde Frazier.
I know. That's wild. I know. And the
That's
thing
sad.
is, I'm happy we exceeded expectations, but we have to
Still
trade Julius
lost.
Randle.
Yeah.
He's so inefficient. He has the worst 3-point shooting
No, in-
percentage in these playoffs.
In the regular season, he is an All NBA level talent. In the playoffs, he is a nobody.
It sounds
that's
like
kinda
Jordan
sad.
Poole.
I
He's-
think
you know
I
what he
think that
does?
RJ Barrett is arguably better and more valuable as
100% because he has higher upside
Yeah.
and younger, all that. But also,
I feel like he plays stupidly though. I feel
No,
like he makes a lot of
that's
stupid
Randle?
mistakes.
Randle?
No, not
RJ,
Randall.
RJ is up
Barrett.
there. That could be what Ben Simmons was supposed to be.
All right, hold on.
whoa.
Me and my brother were talking about this a lot, right? That draft was an insane draft, right, with RJ.
Yeah.
Are you taking? Looking back at it now, are you
Zion,
taking Zion, Ja, or RJ?
I'm taking Zion because Ja, I don't
No.
want no guns on my team.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't want guns.
I want to take Zion.
That's
Part
that's
2, by the way.
I would honestly
That's
take
more
RJ.
voice.
We are recording this like
What do you
literally
mean?
a few days
No,
after part
no,
2
RJ.
of
I
I would
Two
take
drops,
RJ. I'm
yeah.
saying I
So
know
taking about Zion's injuries, but like when he's been on
Bro,
the court,
he's-
he has been an all-star.
Okay,
He
he's
went
not
to
on
the
court.
wrong place in New Orleans because he got
Yeah.
fat there. He can't control
Yeah.
himself.
No, I don't
there,
even
I'm
think
telling
you know what I think the theory is. I think if he was in Knicks, if he was at the Knicks, he'd be playing more. I don't think he wants to stay
Yeah.
in New Orleans.
New Orleans is just not a good place for him because of like the food there, you know. But
No, but it's not
Is
even
that
that.
really the
no,
reason, though?
you,
God,
you-
come on,
Bro.
man.
I think it's
New
gotta be
Orleans.
just the coaching staff enforcing their rules upon the players.
It's true,
Like,
but New
you need to
Orleans,
be-
there's a
no,
lot.
but dude,
of,
in
like-
New Orleans, they've been really hands off with him.
Exactly, that's the point. Like if I'm drafting Zion, I'm planning on him being my future player, bringing me
Yeah.
a championship. I'm investing all my
No,
resources.
which is
in
why
him.
they've been they don't want to alienate him. But the
Yeah.
problem is they're so hands off that he's taking control. Now he doesn't want to play. If he was in the Knicks with the bigger market, all that type of stuff, I think he'd be playing a lot more
Yeah.
and he'd be a lot more valuable.
I can't
Which
believe again, like though that
But on
everyone
court-
compared him to LeBron coming in here though.
Bro,
I
no,
was
but
No,
like,
he had the
like,
talent.
talking about hype
Yeah,
as a
the talent
prospect.
coming in.
Talking about hype as a prospect, the only two people like comparable to like him, hype as prospect, are LeBron and now Victor Wembanyama.
Yep, I agree with that. I agree with that for sure.
Wembanyama could be something,
Or he
special.
could be like Chet Holmgren and get injured.
No, but Chet. Okay, first of all, he's a lot better than Chet ever was.
He's a lot
as a Thunder
better.
fan. Even I'm saying that.
He is
And-
the type
and-
of player that you tank a season for. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
He's the type of guy that you tank to get that
I mean,
number
that's a
one.
whole problem in and of itself is tanking. Like obviously,
That's why
Adam
the
Silver-
draft lottery changed, right?
That way,
Yeah.
soccer's good with how they do it.
Yeah,
I
with
hate
regulation
soccer.
and
We're not
stuff.
even. Oh my god.
What?
Soccer
Why?
is so pay to win. I do not like.
Every sport.
What sport
Every
isn't
sport,
pay to
No,
win?
bro.
NFL isn't.
You want to talk about pay to win? Look at
How is that-
baseball.
Yeah, I agree
Okay.
with that. That's why I don't watch
Definition pay to
baseball.
win.
I feel
Yeah.
like NFL is also
Pay to
pretty
win.
No, it's
pay
not.
to win.
No,
I
it's
feel like
not.
Lamar Jackson's the prime candidate of
Like,
pay
if
to
Bro,
you're
win.
paying
NFL,
for-
Yeah.
no, NFL is not pay to win because everyone has an equal amount of salary cap. They manage it how they want. NBA to some extent is pay to win, but they still have a soft cap. Why do you think those have the biggest parities? Why do you think soccer every year you see Bayern winning? Every year you see one of the big six in the English Premier League winning, right?
I mean, it's a business.
Yeah.
They're not a businessman. They're a businessman.
Exactly.
What do you mean? What? What did you just say?
You don't get
I
it.
don't even know what the hell's
You don't
going
get
on.
it.
I don't
Okay,
know either.
but my
You
point-
get that? You should get
What did you
this.
say? What did you say?
They're not a businessman. They're a businessman.
Oh,
Great, but it's not good for
Maybe
the
that's
viewer
End the
if you're
podcast.
not into it from the beginning.
Cut. Like,
Soccer,
wow, that was
baseball.
awful. Are you
Oh,
serious?
No, you don't get it.
No.
You don't get it? Oh, okay.
He still doesn't get
How
it.
does
You don't
no
get
one
it
get
either.
it? You
I
don't get
do.
it.
What is it?
It's not a business.
No, but
comma.
what's it
No,
from?
what is
What's
it from?
I don't know where the fuck it's from.
Yeah,
Oh,
what-
then shut up, puck up, man.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No,
bro?
where's
you
it
gotta know
from?
where it's from.
Wait, where the hell is it from then?
I
Okay.
guess you guys will find out.
Next
one day.
subject, bro. That's why I like NFL and NBA the
Yeah,
most because
business.
it has the most parity and it
Business, man.
creates the most buzz within matchups.
I don't know. I don't think you're just like enough like seasoned with soccer. I don't think you've watched soccer enough to really give like.
I don't think.
I mean,
any of us
look,
are
no,
gonna
no,
make
no
it.
one
to
has,
be honest.
but like just looking at the business side of it, yeah.
Well, looking at the business
I mean,
side
yeah,
of it,
looking
also
at it, it
is
makes
the same,
sense,
bro.
but-
I'm telling
No,
you,
it's not. How is the NFL the same as soccer in terms of the business side?
They're both called football.
Wow, you're so funny. Art. That's great. That's awesome.
Let's move on to the picks
Yeah.
because we got the Celtics versus the Heat, and we all know who's winning the series. Guys.
Yo,
Rishi's
let's
the
be
biggest
honest.
homer I've
Look,
ever
Let's
seen.
be honest
look,
here.
look,
You're
I'm
not
gonna-
stopping Jason Tatum. I'm telling
No,
you, bro.
I'm gonna say Celtics, but look, I'm gonna say I think this like the Sixers gave the Celtics more of a problem than I think they should have, and I think
Yeah.
that the Heat. I still to this day don't think they're a better team than the Knicks.
They have no
I think
depth.
Jimmy
They don't.
Butler is just by far the best
Yeah.
player on the
No,
court. at
I
any
think so
time.
too.
Yep,
And
yep.
I'll tell you what the problem is, right? The Heat pride themselves on their defense, right? But if they're not able to score points on a team that held the Sixers to 86 and 88 points in the last two games, it's going to be a
They also
huge
didn't
problem
didn't
for them.
show up. Embiid hard. That's a different story
Yeah.
for another day. But they just didn't
That's
show
a
up.
different story. But like that's all part of it, you know?
You think Butler's not going to show up?
How many blocks did Al Horford have in Game 5? Or was it Game 6? I think he had like 8 or 9
Okay, but
blocks.
Al
that's
Horford is
fine.
also chucking up 7 threes a game and missing all of them.
And he's also going to be matched up against Adebayo.
But wait, Adebayo has been an ass for most
Adebayo,
of this playoffs,
exactly.
except this
Defensively,
This
though?
Knicks series, he played well.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. Like I think
Adebayo's gonna get locked up. Listen, I think what the Heat have to focus on is now locking up Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum
Yeah,
is
that's true.
finally
Look, the key to the
finding
Celtics
his
winning this
So you
series-
think Celtics are gonna win,
51.
but in what?
I think they won in like 5 or 6.
Five,
I
six.
see
I think
that.
it's
I, know,
six.
I think the
I
key
see
to the
that.
series
I
is
think
Jalen
it's
Brown.
six.
It's
Yeah.
always been about
Yeah.
Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Being that secret weapon they
He's
have.
always like that underlying secret weapon that's always dependable. They're always scoring 25 points.
And,
You know,
and,
40
and
points.
Malcolm Brogdon so slept on.
You know what's a hot.
Very slept
Yeah.
on.
You know what's a hot take for me? I think Tatum is the variable. I don't think like you said.
No, it's absurd.
Mm.
Tatum, bro,
Oh.
he's already brought his team to the finals.
No. Let me explain what I'm saying. Right. So Brown, right? Like you said, very dependable, right? 25 points a game, right? Like you know what you're getting out of him. Tatum, dude, until these last like the fourth quarter of Game 6 and this Game 7, I'm not saying it was bad. Kudos to him, right? Like he low-key like saved the season for the Celtics, right? Like single-handedly. If you look at all the games before that, he was not showing up
He was putting
at
up
all.
like 19 a game.
Is that him?
Dude, you're actually
but the
talking
only
straight
reason
out of
he
your ass right
was
now.
only putting up 19 is because he was getting a lot of assists passing to Jalen Brown.
Exactly.
But
putting
bro,
up, like, 30 with the
but
same
my
amount of
point is
shots.
when you're him, when you're getting the Superman, when you're the leader of the franchise, dude, he's like
No,
him
bro.
to the Celtics like
He's
LeBron
playing
to
the
Cat.
team
role
role
of the leader of the
perfect.
role of the leader
You
of
know
the
he's-
franchise is to know when to
Exactly.
pass.
That's I
You know
get
he's
that, right?
averaging
But
the most assists on the team. The
Yeah,
most assists.
but he's
5
like-
points.
when
I
he's
get
like
that, but his
okay.
percentages
You know
are
he's
also
averaging
lower.
the most points per game as
That's
well.
fine. No,
and
his
the most
his
minutes.
percentages are lower as
It's on
well.
lower. It's on lower data. If you're shooting
Exactly.
less, then
Exactly.
like the likelihood you have a lower shooting percentage is gonna be
You know
higher.
he's also has the most
No,
defensive
Brown
rebounds
is
on the team as
efficient.
well.
yeah,
Brown
but
is
on more
very-
shots.
even when he had less shots, he was a lot more efficient than Tatum.
He's taking easier shots because they're doubling Tatum.
Oh my
Brown's
God.
getting open.
Bro,
Exactly. Dude, the reason is listen, what's it called? Tatum was an MVP, so to say, candidate throughout the regular season, right? So he's gonna get the attention from the defense because he's that one guy that if he starts going off, you cannot stop him. So to say, Game 7, he dropped 51 points against the 76ers, who also have a good defensive front as well.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, Jason Tatum, though people say he's ass, like they only
No one says he's ass.
all the time, all the time.
No one calls him ass. Who says he's ass?
I mean,
Every
you
person-
low-key call him
every
ass, right?
person-
I'm just saying he's not living up to his like.
He said he's just
To
like
his
not,
thing.
That's
yeah,
calling him
he's
out.
not-
No, it's
he's
not.
not.
That's
He's
not calling him ass
He's
at all.
leading this team. He's also assisting this team. He's also playing good defense. I'm saying the key to this series is Jason Tatum, and if he goes off, we're winning the
I
series.
think the matchup is Tatum versus
Who's
Butler.
we? You a Celtics fan?
Yeah, he's a Celtics.
Yeah,
fan.
he's
Why
a Celtics fan.
why are you based in Boston?
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He- like,
It's because you
Wizard
knew
like
one
that.
person from Boston. in
Yeah,
the
he's not
family,
even.
that's
He,
why
didn't, he wasn't even born there. He has nothing. He
He's
just
just
knew
one
someone
family
there.
person in
Like
Boston.
I was born in Canada, but I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
but
not-
yeah, what
I
team
feel
are you
like it kind of
I'm
makes
not repping
sense, right?
Calgary
Listen,
Flames
listen,
or like
listen,
Toronto.
listen.
Like
I grew
Raptors.
up.
Not the Maple
Listen,
Leafs, man.
the first team I watched were the New England Patriots from Boston. So I said, "Oh, what are other good Boston teams?" Right, and then I started watching the Celtics.
Bandwagon.
Right, and I guess I just got lucky to the point that I've never seen my teams lose terribly for like consecutive seasons.
Okay.
You know,
So yeah,
I've
the
always
Patriots
liked
will
my
have that.
teams.
You'll
I
see
mean,
it soon.
I can't really
It's fine.
talk. My reason for liking Thunder is so weird. Like I was like 6, and I was like, I told my brother to just show me like a list of every team, and I was like, that sounds cool.
The Thunder.
That's
Yeah.
valid. I like
It
that.
just sounded
I like
dope.
that a lot.
And then that happened to be the Harden, KD, Westbrook era.
Oh,
I was
I
like,
missed
yeah.
that era so much.
All right,
bro.
let's go through and lock in the picks
Unintentional
now
memory.
here.
All right, yeah, let's
Let's
do
lock in the
this.
picks. Start with Rishi, who you have.
Come on, man. It's the Celtics. Easy. Celtics and 6.
Yep,
We're
I
going to
agree.
the series.
Celtics 6.
Celtics in
Easy.
6.
I agree. Same.
I'll say Celtics 6 too.
Nice.
Okay.
Queen sweep.
Now this is
Let's stay in the West now here, man. We're going to
Lakers
the
and
West.
Nuggets.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like. There's
This is a.
I'll say this.
I know what to say.
Whoever wins the West is winning the whole thing, in my opinion.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you would
I
say that.
disagree.
You would say
I
that.
disagree.
possible, but-
I disagree with
I
that.
think on the depending on the showing the Celtics give in this series, I think they have a legitimate chance of beating, especially if the Lakers win. I think the Celtics would beat the Lakers.
Dude,
I
no,
don't
do
know,
not
man.
sleep on the Lakers.
Lakers-
The Lakers have
yeah.
a good
Yeah,
chance.
Lakers-
You know,
Their depth is so
Lakers were the
good
best
right
team
now.
after the trade deadline.
Yeah.
In the entire
Yeah,
West.
like they've improved,
But here's
also,
the thing: this
that
series is a
dramatically.
hard one to predict because the Nuggets recently
Yeah.
have been going. Jamal Murray has been showing his true
Yep.
colors. You know, you
Nuggets
have.
And it's not bubble Murray, it's healthy Murray.
It's not. It's healthy Murray,
Murray.
bro.
you
Yeah.
have
You have
arguably
Joker.
the best player of the past
You
5
can't
years.
stop
Oh my
Jokic,
God,
bro.
Jokic.
Yeah.
Dude, Jokic
Can't
has
stop
one of the most
He's
unique and
crazy.
effective game
I
styles
know.
I've ever seen, and I
It
think
shouldn't work.
I shouldn't.
It shouldn't work.
But it
Because
does.
He makes it so easy as well.
Exactly.
Like he's not an athlete. He's just not. But he's just so skilled.
He's like one of those guys where he'll eat like junk food all day
And
and
just
then
walk
show
out.
up and then just like
He
destroy
basically-
everybody.
yeah.
He basically
Yeah.
does. Like,
Like the best
Like,
passing
he doesn't
big
have to
man.
try.
And because of that, I think Anthony Davis cannot take days off. Not that he
No,
was,
no.
but
Yeah.
he can't be dropping 17 points a game, right?
No.
He can't be dropping 15 points. He can't be non-aggressive. He has to be aggressive. He has to drop 25 and 15 minimum, which he can do. But he has to be that
Because,
guy.
yeah, Jokic is giving you 30 and 10 a night.
Yeah.
10 times
Yeah.
assists.
Like first round, who they play again first round? Lakers?
Nuggets?
No, Lakers. Grizzlies.
Grizzlies, yeah.
They didn't have Brandon Clark. And Jaren Jackson wasn't really on
fire
AD.
in the West.
With the Warriors, he was facing like Wiggins, like Andre Draymond Green, and then like one other guy, right? He wasn't really facing a true big
He's
man to
facing
his
Looney.
caliber.
Looney
Now
is a
there's
big
you-
guy. Are you
Looney
serious?
is underrated.
Looney
bro.
is one of the
But
most
he's not.
aggressive
But
players I've
he,
seen in my
but
entire
he,
life.
but he couldn't guard AD.
Kevin Looney.
No,
He
no.
couldn't guard AD.
AD
And
is
now
unstoppable in the paint game.
I'm not saying Jokic is defensively is insane because like he's not an athlete
Jokic
like you said.
is defensively
but
super effective. What do you mean?
but he is
pretty
good.
good.
But he's
He's
just
one of
gonna
the
lean
most
on you. He's
defensive
gonna
effective
make things
players in the-
physical, and AD has to get through that in order for
That's
them
gonna
to
be
win.
tough for him though.
It
Jokic,
will.
I feel like he's one of the few people in the league
Yeah.
who could lock
He's
up
strong
AD,
too.
yeah.
He's
I
strong.
think everyone's rooting for the Lakers. Everyone wants
Yeah.
the Lakers to win,
Nah.
but like you can't
I am.
stop.
You know
that
what?
Lakers.
team,
I'm
bro.
rooting for the Nuggets because I think
It's
Jokic
about
is so
time.
underappreciated. One thing that I've noticed about him, like think about like every player that has like a shoe, they're all like super marketable,
Oh,
right?
that's very
Jokic has
true.
been exceptionally good, but he's just not marketable to like the average NBA fan because they want like high flying dunks.
Yep.
They want people that are like they look at that and they're like, wow, that's a basketball player. You look at Jokic, he looks like he's working on a fucking farm somewhere.
But
like,
what
but
I will
like,
say is in like media coverage, he's funny as
Yeah.
hell. So that
He's
helps him
funny
a
as
lot.
hell, yeah.
He might not be crazy on those like clips, but when you start
he is
clipping like
funny.
interviews,
Yeah, he's so
it's
funny.
actually the
Yeah.
funniest shit ever.
he deserves more marketability than he gets. Like, there's no way LaMelo should have a shoe and he shouldn't.
And one thing one thing to add on to that is like Kendrick Perkins was like, oh,
Big
like,
Perk.
well, yeah, they were like, he was like, oh, like, he basically insinuated that MVP voters were racist by saying that they're voting for Jokic over Embiid.
That's
And number
ridiculous,
two, he was like, he's stat padding. Like,
What?
that's so disrespectful to someone who's so skilled and someone
carrying
who's
their fucking
carrying
team.
their
I should
team.
carry
Yeah.
the team.
Like, you want to say Westbrook was stat padding in like 2018? All right, word. Like, I'm a Thunder fan. Like, yeah, you're right. Jokic's not.
I think most importantly for the Lakers, it'll rely on whether or not AD actually plays. You know, if he gets hurt again, then it's kind of over for them.
If it goes to Game 7, who do you guys think is gonna take
LeBron.
it? Do you think LeBron's
In a
clutch is
game
just gonna-
seven?
In a game 7, you think LeBron's gonna take it?
This is what I think is gonna happen in a game 7. No disrespect to
38, bro,
Jokic
38,
or
bro.
Jamal. I think they're gonna choke
Well,
No.
no, yeah, like
against LeBron. I think they're gonna
Lakers
choke.
aren't gonna
I just
mess
don't.
up
I
Game
think the
7.
Nuggets strategy is just too good, bro. You have
think
too many
so.
star players on this team.
But you know what the
Lakers did
difference
mess
is?
up this
You
game
know what the
7.
difference is? The
True that.
Suns. They lost the first 2 games because they didn't use their bench. When they used their bench, it became 2-2.
Yeah.
What team is one of the deepest teams in the
The
league? The
Lakers.
Lakers.
The
Okay,
Lakers.
the Suns are just a uniquely awful case.
Suns suck,
How do you
bro.
get
Fuck the
blown out by
Suns.
30 to get sent home,
Yeah.
bro? When you have
Three-
KD and
three
Book on
3
your
years in a
team.
row.
The Suns are just
bad.
absolute disappointment. KD, if you're watching this, I hate you.
all right, so
I
everyone,
hate
Again, go to
KD.
Jersey.
Yeah.
so.
drop your picks.
Yeah,
I'm
drop the
interested to
picks.
see what everyone says here.
Who are you taking? How many games?
I'll say Lakers in 7.
I'll say Nuggets in 6.
Lakers in 7.
I think Nuggets in 7.
Okay.
I also
Actually, Nuggets
agree.
in 6. I'll say. Because if it goes to 7, I don't want them to win, bro.
Get your head out of here, bro.
No,
I don't want them to happen. But if it went to 7, then I think Lakers take it. But I don't know.
I
man.
still think. I still think.
So
Game
for
7.
the Lakers, for the Nuggets, when you're
They have to wrap it up.
They wrap it up
do it
in
before
6.
7. They have to do it
Okay.
before 7.
Wait, who's playing the double? Like the 2 home games?
Each team
Nuggets.
plays.
Nuggets?
Nuggets get it first.
Yeah, they get home field advantage.
Yeah, so I still think it's going to be Nuggets at 7. Regardless of Game 7, LeBron or not, I still think the Nuggets are going to be able to outshine that
In
bench.
Game 7?
In Game
Guys,
7.
how epic would it be
A
if
Celtics Nuggets final.
no,
That
a
would be the best
Lakers,
thing
a
ever.
Lakers Celtics final and LeBron beats them? Like not only, not only is that
Bro's laughing. I'm
what
like,
the
what
fuck?
could be a good
That
chance?
can literally happen. Like
okay,
that's
like,
not out of the
entirely
ordinary.
possible.
Bro,
That's
honestly,
entirely
Honestly,
possible.
man.
LeBron in the playoffs is kind of like stupid at this point to like bet against them.
It's
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
hard, it's
Like-
so hard to bet against him, but come on, man.
Oh no, he's just getting PTSD from that Cavs 2018
And
Game
this is his
7.
second to last.
Imagine Lakers Celtics in our fucking generation seeing that, bro. That'd
Yeah.
be crazy.
Yeah,
It's his
and
second
also
to
like
last year,
first
he's
of all,
not
like
letting anything slide.
I don't. You guys, some of you guys probably think that LeBron's better than MJ, right? We're gonna have that.
No,
No, we've had
okay.
that discussion.
Okay, well, we've had this discussion. I think it's
getting
MJ. I think it's
We're not getting
MJ.
into
It's not
but-
even close.
But
bro.
okay,
We're not
but
getting into
I think that
We're not
like
getting into
if
this.
LeBron wins his 5th, it definitely amplifies his case. But also, if he does it in Lakers uniform against the Celtics, that amplifies him as a
Bro,
Laker
just that
itself.
past rivalry doesn't make that championship more
Yeah.
important.
To the Laker fans, it does.
Yeah,
For
but not to
Lakers.
LeBron.
I'd say
But
the
not to
most,
his
No, but I'm
I
saying
think for LeBron has beef with the Celtics
no, the
himself
most
anyway.
important
No, but
championship
I'm
in
saying-
LeBron's career was 2018. Or sorry,
2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Cavs Warriors by
Yeah.
far.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But I think no. But I'm saying if he wins this year, it definitely a second. It could rival the first one because if you think about it, 38 years old, right, averaging 30 a game in the regular season, and then also what he did. They were like the 13th seed at the trade deadline, and then they end up winning the title. That too against the Celtics. Let's say like hypothetically, obviously it'll amplify LeBron, but also like to the Lakers' eyes, to the Lakers franchise, beating the Celtics, getting one over them with that how big the rivalry is. I think he'll be a lot more celebrated than the one chip he has right now.
Bro, I'm fine. Okay, look, I don't really care to like compare MJ, LeBron, and all that. Like 1-2. I think of it more as a pyramid of like S tier, A tier.
Okay, that's fine.
And
too.
I put-
That's a lot more
they
healthier.
would
That's
both
a lot
have
more-
an
And
S tier
I put LeBron and MJ just on the same like tier.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
100%.
fair.
Kobe, no.
It's
No.
no. It's definitely hard to like find
said
a
no
gap
so
in
strong.
Bro,
between.
I'm not gonna lie. People just put Kobe there after he passed away.
Okay,
That's
well, I mean,
not.
That's just
okay,
true.
Whatever.
would
That's
you
that's
say
a
Zay?
win.
Would you
People
say
put
Zay?
Kobe there
Huh?
because
Would
he's
you
one
say
of the.
Zay?
Yeah, he's top this
Listen,
year.
people put
Okay,
Kobe there
that's
because he's one of the hardest workers the NBA has seen.
Yeah, but he's
His
not
work ethic
MJ
is
LeBron. He's just not.
undeniable.
All right.
He's not MJ LeBron, but that's why he's still a one
he had
tier
Shaq,
below
bro.
them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
we discussed this
We've-
obviously.
we've had this
Check out that
already.
episode if you want to. I think it's around like episode
I
10
don't know
or
why.
something. But
All that stuff kind of happens like after like someone like passes away.
Well,
like,
I mean, that's
some
just
people-
how it always
Like
is.
same with
somehow-
music. Same with music.
I was wondering that.
Same with music,
Like yo,
same with
like,
art, like
saying
every-
saying Juice WRLD is a legend.
my
Like dog, get the fuck out of here. Like Pop Smoke's a legend. Like great artist. But, like come on.
Pop Smoke was unique.
You know what really
very
pisses
unique,
me off
though,
though?
but,
Because I
like,
talked about
yeah.
MF Doom, right? Everyone's like, yo, my goat. You don't even know who the fuck he was
Yeah.
before he died, bro. Or Nipsey Hussle, probably the worst
Oh
example.
my God, yeah.
'Cause,
Or
like,
DMX also.
No idea
DMX.
who any of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
All
don't know
right.
why that happens.
Well,
but moving
this is
on.
a great episode.
Yeah.
Arjan, new guest. first time that we're doing this in person. Thank you for coming. Had a lot of insight on rap. Both of you, I definitely learned a lot because I didn't really know that much going into it.
Nothing.
Thank you for. I really didn't. No, I'll be super. I'll be the first one. I don't really know that much, but thank you, for shedding, some light on that. And we got our picks. Let's see how they roll out in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
I
Before we sign
predicted.
off real quick though.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
I predicted the Lakers in 6. Let's see if I can predict the Lakers in 7 this time. Bari, what do you want
So
to say?
before we wrap off real quick, this is obviously the first time we're in studio. There's gonna be some growing pains. Any random issues that happen this time in the recording, don't worry, it's gonna get fixed up as we keep doing this. Gonna keep improving the studio. Let us know any specific guests you want to see, and yeah, man, looking forward to this.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, this special episode with a new guest, and thank you. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.